It's December 7th, 2021. I'm just thinking about the earlier, thinking of my son, and I don't know who replaced, when Colin Powell dies, I don't know who replaces him, at whatever area he worked, which I'm not really clear, because the television news, didn't really, from for the little exposure I've had anyway, he was not a regular feature. He was not promoted or talked about. It was like a quiet area operation, that they didn't really let the citizens of New York City and certainly of Long Island know. Like, they never mentioned him until he died, and then they had some big celebration for him. So I don't know how the replacement works with Cologuard and with some diplomatic, I don't know, buoyancy or boycott of some sort. It feels like, there really is in the medical field, because right now they've also got something called an Easterling, who's some chief equity officer of the medical equipment that they're abusing, and they're doing false operations on people. They're doing knee replacements, back surgery on people that don't need it. What they need is the correct diplomatic diet, menu, and nutrition and residency. They also need to go back to some form of semblance of the correct ruling class officers in the correct way, and not in some insurgency and then misappropriation of spiritual guidance. I mean, these are the direct actions the humans have taken while I've been here, just trying to stay alive, I suppose, and figure out some way to stay alive. So there's something in the surgical field, if I stay at, like, general surgery, not that I didn't do clinical general surgery, but for Regency, I'm speaking English, but for en français, again, the man who actually made the effort to come teach me the French would be the correct, I believe. But again, I can't verify that either. So, but he would be the only one I would know to look to for guidance. So for that feature, it's, if you have a colon and if it perforates, perforation is when there's a tear, Tear, or a hole, Hole, inside of the colon feature right before the rectum, just after the large intestine. The fecal matter leaches into, the perineum or the peritoneum cavity, and then it could cause toxic shock, it could cause sepsis, whatever. This is what the local, anatomy, physiology, and medical microbiology, and the clinical that I went to, the combination of the education that Nassau Community College gave me, this is what they were teaching for nursing students, which I attended partial. So I'm not even an aficionado in the whole gamut. I don't pretend to be. But I know enough to know and have a crossover, to have a conversation with a general surgeon, not to, like a real one, not the one that they put on TV, because there's another guy that they put in front of the White House, like they put a backdrop of the White House. They put him in a black jacket with yellow piping, but it was not tailored correctly, And I don't recognize this man. This looks like more Cologuard problems in New York. And he keeps, and I think he was on some show promoting at television that he was a general surgeon. Again, I don't know how that classification works. However, what I will tell you is the correctness of ruling class is that he's in the wrong area. New York and the Northeast has fiduciary to something way larger, and I don't know why there's such a influx of everything that is in opposition of what should be, according to certain features that are set standards here already and that need to be protected and others know about, for agenda and setting a course and projection. So now, if I was speaking to the correct general surgeon, it is as if the colon, whatever, tore, fecal matter leached into the body cavity, and then now there's some kind of like toxic, sepsis that's taken over. If New York State was a body, looked at as a body or an organ of some sort, it is a real problem, and that's mostly in New York City. I have not been able to assess upstate. Again, I know that there are others that are able to do such things, but the installation has been all wrong. Now, in general surgeon terms, the recommendation would be to operate immediately. This is not something that you let just stay and get worse, because then it'll be full death. And that's a problem on so many levels. And so that's an important mention. I feel I used to have a West Highland white terrier, Scottish terrier. His name was Toby, Toby. We called him Toby of the North, Tobias, whatever. And then there was, later on, I got a Cocker Spaniel. She was a buff color. And when she first came around, she would stand over Toby. Toby would go to eat out of the dish, and the Cocker Spaniel, buff color, would come in and like, argh! And like he didn't know what to do, so he lost some weight. It was a real problem. For some kind of universal truth and what's been plaguing the local area. I have, as any good crazy pet lover, I have a painting Lewis did of Toby. It's right there. That's an homage or something to the dog. Beautiful dog. It was February. I don't know. I think I can't read if that's 02 or 03, but Lewis painted it. It's February 11th. So it's 2/11. So that's from Bayside, New York, 11361. And it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken at the moment. And yesterday, when the woman just appeared out of nowhere, I don't have I don't think I have her card, but I don't think I have like a proper title. She seems so much more, I don't know. Anyway, there was another woman with her, and in front of the area where I had to stand off to the side, it was interesting because she announced to the judge in the black robes, which is Your Honor system here in state of New York or New York City. she stood before him and she said specifically that the woman that was with her had, I don't remember if she said specifically, had graduated the bar. She just hadn't been sworn in yet. I know there's some significance there as well. So, again, I'm unclear of how to keep myself and others safe and where to go for reporting. With the flip-flop of what feels like over my life frame, some of the visualization, I don't know, with airspace and airtime, and then the television, which is some form of teleporting, telekinesis, telecommunication. I'm unclear of the proper sounds that they use and go off of, because again, I haven't been at that echelon of knowing things. So it's December 7th, 2021.